All right, so which one am I going to use today that I say I was going to do? I'm just doing this on purpose. All right, let's see here. Here, we'll use this one. All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Random Task Podcast, where we're always random and never on task. There we go. Okay, so it is Tuesday, the 15th of August. Kids will be going back to school in about 13 days. So I figured until then, I brought my 3 nephews with me today. One of them's just sitting in, the other 2 are hanging out. One of them, we're talking about paranormal stuff today. And my one nephew has a lot of really good, freaky stories.
Excited.
When he told me this, dude, the description he gave of everything that he was talking about freaked me out. Like,
wow.
Literally, you see it in your mind. You're like, I cannot imagine being the one who saw that and not ever leaving your mind. You know what I mean? So Aggie's not with us today because she's got the flu. Dude, she was ill.
Feel better, girl.
Like, oh, dude, she was sick. So, I got my nephews, Sean, William, and Ben with me. So, as we go along, we will say who says this, blah, 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 blah. But, again, we're talking about paranormal stuff. And I'll tell you a fucked up story. My old man told me this. Did he tell you guys this yet? About the...
All the knocking?
Yeah!
No, I haven't heard that.
Dude, like... He is hell-bent that he can't remember if he dreamed it or not. Now, that right there would say you probably did. But I didn't hear nothing. What if he did, But usually, like... And he told it to Aggie. Aggie, like... He's like, oh, wow, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? And I'm like, just keep talking about it. Because if it is, you're amping it up. You're amping it up. Go for it. I said, because the minute that shit starts floating around the house or throwing across the room, I'm going to look at you just like this.
Do you know what the dream was?
Yeah, that, or it was, he
knocking.
believes it wasn't a dream, but he believes that somebody was like the wall next to him that's towards outside by where the air conditioner is, that for an hour you would hear this. And then a few minutes later.
It just keeps going.
Yep.
That's
Freaky, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good thing you didn't tell it to come in.
It was just the Avon lady.
Because that's like inviting, a vampire into your house. You don't do that. You know what I mean? It's really strange. Yeah. I mean...
Wow.
So today we're just... See, the way we do this, it's just casual.
Yep.
So I don't want you guys to feel like we're
conversating.
online or nothing.
Yeah.
We record it, put it online, it's all good. Eventually we'll be live, and then I can make a total ass of myself. You know what I mean? I can press the buttons, that's what I do. So, we have all names for ourselves, but, I call William the Cowboy from Hell.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, you're the button boy.
I'm what?
The button boy.
Me? That's what I am. No, I'm the button man. I've evolved.
It sounded so wrong through the
Oh, no, the
microphone
button
for a minute. Like,
princess.
you're the what boy?
I'm the cabana
It sounded
boy.
like you said
I'm the
you're
guy
the
by the
butt
pool.
boy. I was
No.
like, what?
Did you really just say
Yes,
that?
I'm like, this really is a
I
haunting
am a butt
episode.
boy. Oh.
I'm learning more about Nick in one 5-minute series.
Did you hear the button I hit? It's
Yeah.
called slap.
Slap.
It's where I can do it, and I don't have to go to jail. No, I'm kidding.
Nice.
All right, laughter.
Real nice.
Okay, so now what did you have for like? I know we had more.
Shit.
Yeah, you're not looked up. Okay, well
I
then
thought Ben was gonna go first.
well then how about I let you
I thought
tell
we were
me
gonna
your
tell that
story
story.
of what you saw and just talk to everybody like
Just
we're
normal.
sitting at the coffee table.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, tell Rachel your story.
This was... Me and Will got new stopwatches.
Oh, cool.
So we're doing races to see who was faster.
Uh-huh.
And we're going up to this old trailer. Our mom used to live up there.
Yeah, it's on our property out back.
And
Oh, okay.
I went up there. She has this old minivan. And I go up there. And I see this guy trying to go into the her van.
Ooh.
And he looks up at me. And he's wearing like this black sweatshirt, some black pants. And he looks up at me. And he runs into the shed. So I'm thinking like someone's trying to get into the car.
Right, breaking in.
So I grab this metal pipe and I start walking towards the shed,
Mm-hmm.
and I look inside and no one was in there. So I was kind of
Oh, that is
confused.
kind of... Yeah.
So,
But he said he saw his face,
Oh.
like, you can see like his chin, kind of.
but nothing else.
Yeah, it was just like his chin. He looked up and then he ran.
Yeah, isn't that wild?
And I
That
told
is.
Will, and I don't think he believed me at the time, but he went back up to the house and he saw the exact same thing.
That is
Oh, wow,
wild.
you both saw it? That's cool.
Was it in the same clothing?
Yeah.
Wow, what a trip, man. I mean, yeah, the one you told me about, like, when y'all were sleeping,
Oh,
That freaked
yeah.
me out the most. That is some...
Oh yeah.
What happened when you're sleeping?
Dude. Now remember, everybody, these stories he's telling, these kids are not faking it. This shit happened to them, and the descriptions are freaky. And kids are more apt to see stuff like this because they're more open-minded than adults.
Right.
So just know that what they're telling you is like the truth. I mean, this stuff is like, wow. So go ahead, man. Tell them about
The
that.
other one?
Yeah, the one about the bunk bed and the...
Oh, the trailer. So we moved
Yeah.
into the trailer park.
out in Sodas.
And first we saw some shadows in the hallway. We'd
Man.
see like people behind like curtains and stuff.
Man.
Didn't you see
Wow.
when we were playing hide and seek? Remember that? You saw you thought it was me behind a curtain,
Oh yeah.
but you moved
You're
the curtain
fighting the wrong
and
people.
no one was there.
What?
It was a body figure.
That
by
would be
the-
weird finding like the
Whoa.
wrong person. Like you're not supposed to be here.
Right.
Yeah, no, it was. We're playing hide and seek, and I look behind the curtain. And I'm like, Ben, come out! I see you right there. It's
Yeah.
a body figure, and you can see the shoulders and everything.
Oh my God.
Whoa.
And then I moved the curtain back, and there's nothing there.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
Ben was on the complete opposite end of the house.
Holy shit.
He's a really good hider.
Wow.
He can
Yeah.
disappear.
Dude, he's like transport from one end of the house to the other. But no, but
He's
seriously,
got
that's
superpowers you don't know about.
Like the curtain was moving, like someone was behind it too.
That's
so I was
crazy.
like,
Damn.
Wow, that's awesome.
that is wild. Man, I can't imagine like what you thought after you saw that. You know,
Yeah, no
you're like,
kidding.
did I just, you know, like
I
you
know.
think you're imagining things, but you didn't. You saw that, you know.
The one time Mom was cooking dinner, and her room's right next to the kitchen, so she can just look to the right, and there's the closet there.
Mhm.
I think it was open, and there's this blanket slowly moving,
Whoa.
and she saw it. And she's like, "Will, look!" And the blanket just flew right into the closet.
Holy shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Like just out of nowhere.
that happened twice in the house.
Damn, man.
That's
She said she would
insane.
she would see people like pacing like a shadow figure when she was sleeping. She would like right by the door just be pacing there.
Wow. You know, I just thought of something, man. And I'm going to tell you this. The dude that she dated, I ain't going to name him for reasons, okay?
Yeah.
So, allegedly said, you can say allegedly, don't get sued, okay? Allegedly said that he once upon a time killed somebody. What if that was true?
Yeah.
And that spirit
Oh, wow.
followed him?
The thing was, Mom told me that someone killed herself in the trailer.
Oh, that's the
That makes
twist.
sense.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or someone
Like the
dies
owner,
somehow.
Suicide?
the owner before that we lived in there. The reason that trailer was empty was because they killed themselves.
Oh, my
Yeah.
God, dude. That's crazy.
I wonder you got a really good deal.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
No
you gotta deal with
shit.
all that stuff.
Where's the laughter at? Yeah. Dude, yeah, talk about a...
Everything's
Well,
included. Just move.
right. If you want a better deal,
Ghost
you'll be
included.
dead.
It's not funny. That would be
If you only
horrifying.
knew. Oh my God, dude, like, I can't imagine just like all of
Yeah.
a sudden you see a blanket out of nowhere just whoop, and no one did it. Like, there's no
Right.
strings, no person playing tricks on you. It was a ghost. That's crazy, you know? But yeah, man.
I think Anna used to say she would see people in her closet, but I just thought it was like a little kid thing. But
No,
it could have happened.
Dude, I tell you what, I believe she did, man. Because think about it, you know. I mean, she was younger than you guys. Why not? You know.
That's
I mean,
true.
their minds were more open to it. You know, the story that I like the most is, and I'll tell it for you, is when you guys used to sit and play in the bathtub at Nana and Papa's house.
Sorry, they're leaving.
Oh no, that's okay. And what would happen is you guys would talk to my grandfather
Yeah, that was
through the
cool.
shower head,
That
the
was
little,
kinda creepy,
the one
but
that you
cool.
hold, and you guys knew details that only he would know.
We were young.
Yeah, you guys were
Yeah.
little, man. I mean, I'll never forget when Sean came up to me. I was sitting in a reclining chair because I asked my grandpa to give me a sign that he was okay, and he walked right up to me and goes, "Uncle Nick." I said, "Yeah, buddy, what's up?" He goes, "Old Pa wanted me to let you know he's okay." I'm like, "When did he say that to you?" He goes, "Just a little bit ago." And I knew he was telling the truth because only he knew that that's how he would have worded it. Yeah, and they were talking about how my grandpa would say there's coffee in heaven.
Oh,
They know nothing about coffee.
God, I hope so.
My grandfather loved coffee, man. That was like his thing. You know, we used to drink Hills Brothers coffee like it was going out of style. But how would they know that?
Exactly.
That was cool. That's a cool experience there.
And the guy that I saw in the trailer.
Yeah.
So I had a baseball bat in my bed, just because we were playing baseball and stuff.
Yeah, this
so I
is
just
the
kept
story.
it in my bed.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sleeping there, and I wake up, and I have this feeling of like I'm choking on like vomit or something.
Mm-hmm.
So it feels like I'm gonna puke. So I lean off the side of the bed just in case, and it's still there. But I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna sit up, and at the corner of my eye, so I'm on the top bunk. And I look down, and I see that there's someone standing there, and it looks like his chin up. You can kind of see.
Yeah, from the bar.
And you can see his eyes, like the skin around his eyes are like coming back.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And it's kind of weird. So I sat up, and I was like, "Oh, this is just a dream." And I go back in the middle bar. There's one behind my back, and I sat up and I felt it, and I'm like, "Oh shoot, it's not a
real.
dream."
Yeah.
So I pick up the baseball bat and I'm going to swing at it because I'm not about to have something attack me while I'm sleeping.
Right.
So I pick it up, and the room just gets dark again.
Wow.
The choking feeling goes away. And I was scared to move because I didn't, know
Yeah.
what was happening.
Dude.
But my eyes had to readjust to the lighting in the room.
You know what's really freaky is when he told me that story, I can imagine, like, you being in a bunk bed and you sit up and you see the end of it, and there's, like, the bar or the end, and all you see is somebody doing this.
Oh yeah.
Looking over the top of it. Because when
Eerie.
he said that to me, he detailed it like that. I'm like, holy shit. And I can't imagine. I would have freaked out. But they were on the defensive, man. And the person...
I was too tired.
Oh, yeah, well, that too, He's like, fuck this. I don't gotta go to work, but I ain't gonna deal with this shit. I'll just beat his ass and call it a day. But yeah, like, I can't imagine what went through your mind other than fuck.
Right?
That's the word, you're like, you're surprised, you're scared, you're happy you saw it, you're sad you saw it, you're freaked out you saw it. You have like a million emotions in your head. And that was the story that when you told that to me, I could not get that image out of my head.
Yeah.
That is freaky. Like, I can only imagine the skin color was like a gray. You know what I mean? That's like, and all I could see is like what you described with the eyes.
Yeah.
And the hands and everything. I'm just like, ooh.
Man.
I can't imagine somebody watching me while I'm sleeping. Ooh. Jesus, man. I mean, if it was like a girlfriend or something, I'm okay with that, Because, I mean, have good things happen. But,
Yeah.
Maybe it's a ghost that likes feet.
I don't know, man. But if it was that ghost, that person who killed themselves,
Yeah.
and they're like looking at like, who's here? Dude, like, don't be so freaky.
Yeah.
There was...
I don't have no food.
Say
Yeah.
hi, bro.
Right, I'm out of ramen, sorry.
Right.
But there's a beer in the fridge if you want it.
That food's my food, man.
God.
I'm truly fat on the inside.
Oh, hold on, where is it? There we go. We'll do the clap and laughter for you.
Hell yeah.
No, but
I think one night we're spending the night in our mom's room. I don't know if the boyfriend was there at the time. But...
No.
we're just
Oh,
we're
God.
sleeping there.
That's a different kind
no,
of haunting story.
we were awake. We were awake.
yeah, they're all hanging out,
But
and not like that either, sicko.
I
but
didn't say anything, fucker.
we could hear like walking
Sorry,
in the
kids
living
friendly.
room and stuff,
Mhm.
and it was just really weird. There's no one out there.
But
We
you
didn't
could hear
have any
walking.
pets or anything, so you just hear like walking around and stuff.
Wow. And that's like a common thing people hear in houses that are haunted is like people walking around or things falling or like doors closing. Do you have anything that happen?
Yeah, right behind
Yes.
me. I walked in because
Ooh.
the bathroom door opened. I'm like, I have to pee anyway.
Right.
So maybe it just opened from a vent or something.
Yeah.
I'll investigate later. So I'm going in there. I take a pee, and I shut the door, of course, when I'm going.
Right.
And I'm
Let it
done.
all hang out.
I walk toward, out because there's a hallway there, and I have like this feeling to look back.
Mhm.
So I look back, and I see the door just slowly shut behind me.
Wow.
And this was like late at night, so I just ran back to my room. I'm like, screw
Right.
this.
You're like, I'm good.
I'm
Yeah,
gone.
you pee as quick as you can go.
Yep.
And then that's that, What a trip, man.
Yeah.
Dude, like, now, that door normally wouldn't close by itself, would it?
No.
All right. Jeez, man. Yeah, it was haunted. Your mom bought that. It was like 1/100th of the value because of the fact it was haunted and they knew it. They're like, it's not in our hands now.
Like even up at the apartment that me and my dad are at now.
Yeah.
We've seen stuff here and there. Like,
No shit.
He was sitting in his chair. It faces the apartment. We've got like a little balcony out there.
Okay.
So and it was like dark out. So he was looking out And he just glanced out up at like the window, with the sliding door,
Mhm.
and he saw like this shadow of a person behind him, standing behind the chair. That was like my height, so he thought he had like fallen asleep. And I was
Yeah.
home, and he starts talking. Apparently, I think he was out with friends or something.
Sure.
And he turns around to look, and there's nobody there.
Whoa.
That's cool.
Wow.
And it completely
Like,
freaked
confused.
him out.
Oh yeah, apartment buildings, they hold
They
a lot of
have a
energy.
lot.
Yeah.
Apartments
There was-
have a lot.
They do.
Because
One
they've
time,
seen like a lot of
I
tenants.
Oh yeah.
was home alone, I think. Yeah, I was home alone. My dad was at work. And I was out in the living room playing the PlayStation, and I had my door open, and my door slammed shut.
Holy
Not,
shit.
not like slowly, like
Right?
Bam!
It's like a force.
And so I grabbed a knife and went in my room. Like, somebody crawled through my window or something.
Right.
I go in my room, nobody's in my room, and I'm like, how did my door shut? I tried to slam my door that hard,
You
and
couldn't?
it's one of those doors where it'll like slow down before it shuts all the way.
Oh,
Oh,
No
weird.
matter
So it
how
won't just,
hard I
like-
would try and slam this door, it wouldn't
It wouldn't.
slam.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Wow,
It
dude.
scared the hell out of me.
Oh, I bet it did. I mean, and I know where you guys live up there, you know,
Yeah.
and those apartments they're not new. There's been people that's came through there and
Where's that
gone,
at?
and in Kalamazoo.
Oh, gotcha. So it's not around here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Kalamazoo, Michigan's got a lot of places
Yeah,
that
they
are
do.
haunted, man. One of them I'll just mention is the insane asylum over by Western Michigan University, the mental hospital. Yeah. Oh, every time you drive by that, you can just feel it.
Oh,
It's
I've
weird.
never heard of that one.
Oh, dude,
That's
there's a
cool.
tower off to the right-hand side as you're going up the road in Michigan. Western Michigan's on the left.
Yeah, it's right off campus.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
And then
Very
Henderson
cool.
Castle, it's another one that's right above campus.
What's the name of that one again?
It's Henderson Castle.
Henderson
I've heard of
Castle.
that
Okay,
one.
yeah.
There's like a restaurant in there.
Yep.
And I think there's also like a room or two you can stay at.
Wow.
That'd be
And
cool.
people have stayed there and they've had plenty of stories.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, it's freaky, man. Like, I can't imagine. When I worked at Nashboro Village Apartments in Nashville, there was an apartment, and it was on the far side of a little section called Deerfield, and supposedly this lady killed herself there, and no one knew about it, like at all. And eventually, what happened was they found out that she was late on her rent, so they went to go and post something on her door. Well, and that was that. Well, 2 days later, the ceiling above the person that was below her was starting to stain, and it was because she decomposed.
Oh,
that's
gross.
gross.
That's so gross.
Well, they redid the whole apartment, got her
Oh,
out, all that,
God.
and ever since it's been haunted
Ugh.
with her spirit. Yeah.
The
Oh yeah.
remnants are
No
still
one
in the-
ever, and
Ugh.
everybody who worked for Nashboro Village did not ever want to go in there. And they were like, "Hey, you want to help me do it?" Nope. Nope. What? No. I know. Don't fuck with me. I already know what's going on in there. I'm not going in there. And it was.
I've never heard of it seeping into somebody else's apartment.
Oh,
before.
dude, it was
That's
gr-
insane.
Oh yeah, she was like pretty
Wow.
much liquefied except
That's
the
messed up.
skeleton.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's gross.
because it was Tennessee. It was
And the
summer.
heat,
It was
yeah.
hot.
So it sped up the decomposition.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, and
God.
it was gross. I never saw what happened, but I heard the story. But the girl's ghost, they said they could see her in the window every now and then as you'd pass by, and I saw her a couple times. And all I would do is I wouldn't get freaked out because I wasn't in there. I just wave,
Yeah,
and she'd wave back.
that's crazy.
dang.
Man.
But then she'd disappear. It was so weird, man. And it was weird because it looked like just any one of us. But then all of a sudden, just in thin air, gone.
That's trippy.
Yeah, dude. I think she suffered with like depression issues or something, and that's why. But I mean, she wasn't like bad. She just was there and didn't leave, and it was
Wow.
yeah, she's still there to this day. People that live there have encounters of like like things would move or they would hear like footsteps, but nothing bad. But it was the fact that it's haunted. I'm not going in there.
Yeah.
Sorry, can't do it. No. And if it was bad, I don't want that kind of thing following me home.
No.
You know what I
Well,
mean?
Like I've heard, like when somebody dies in a hospital, a lot of places open windows to
Yeah.
like, let the soul and spirit leave.
Yeah.
I wonder if
Oh.
it's something like that where none of the windows were open. It's trapped here now.
That
I
makes
never heard that
sense.
before. That's cool.
Yeah. No,
Oh,
it
wow.
makes sense
like,
though.
I mean, hospitals do that. That's
They
cool.
do. They
Do
do.
they?
Yeah, they do that.
Oh.
Yep. Older hospitals like
Well,
this.
right.
There's a
Not
Three
now,
Rivers.
but-
There's a hospital in Three Rivers that's by Skidmore Park, and that place is haunted.
Oh yeah.
dude,
But
like
there's a lot of hospitals that are though.
they
Oh,
are.
yeah.
Oh yeah, because
I'm
so
sure
many
they
people.
all are.
Oh yeah, because people have died there. Yeah, you know, especially think about it. Like if somebody was like some gang member who got shot and died and was angry. Imagine that angry spirit still being there.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
You know, plus all the people who work there, the energy in and out of that place, the happiness from kids being born, and the sadness and fear of people dying. I mean, it's just like a freaking battery charger for souls.
Oh yeah.
It's a
You know,
revolving door.
It is a revolving door for souls. But the one in Three Rivers, you could literally, if you waited a little bit, you could be down in the park, you know, like feeding like, you know, the peacocks and the goats and shit, because that's what they had down there. And if you look up in the window, you'd see things pass by the windows, and no one was in there.
Nah.
Yeah, it was scary. It was scary, and the windows were open.
I'll pass on that one, homie.
Yeah, dude, it was fucked up.
Let's
It
go
was
check
bad,
it out.
and it looked
Yeah,
like
I'm
because every
game.
time you look at it, you're like, that joint's haunted, man.
You could just feel it.
Oh yeah, the energy just radiated, and it wasn't like happy. It was like doom.
You could just feel the death.
You could just feel the death there, and it was 500 feet away. Yeah, man, it was just, you know, if you could imagine a sound, that's what it was like. It was just, it bombarded your mind.
That's crazy.
It was weird. You'd think things that like you're like, where'd that even come from? It was from those guys. You know what I mean? They were affecting
That's what
you.
makes it bad.
Yeah, and you weren't even anywhere near the joint. I mean, you weren't like in it.
They just have that kind of power.
It did. It did. It was wild. I never talked about that. But it was haunted like a motherfucker. It was, I didn't like it. I wanted to go in there, and my friends were like, hey, let's go in there. I'm like, I can talk about it, but I ain't doing it.
How come you don't ever do it?
Cause, dude, I just don't mess with spirits, man.
Oh,
That's like
I was
my thing
curious.
that I have in my heart,
You
man.
always
Like
say
they've
that.
died, I don't want to mess
Right.
with them. Like if a spirit needed something from me, they'll let me know. I'm not gonna go seek it though.
Yeah. Like if they need help, they'll come to you.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna go looking
Yeah.
and
then
say,
you're gonna
"Is
get-
there anybody here?" Blah blah blah. Speaking to this device, and all of a sudden it goes, "Fuck you! I'm out of here, deuces."
That's when you,
That's
when
it,
you,
I,
that's
you don't
all
have to
it
tell
takes.
me twice.
You just be like, when?
How come you just
No,
laugh at me then?
I don't want I don't want that happening. Dude.
That's way past necrophilia level. Man.
Dude, that is oh yeah, that's like spirituophilia. Oh
Nobody's
yeah, I
getting
made a
down.
word.
And that shit does happen.
It does. It's
It's
called
like
an
weird people are
incubus.
actually into
Yeah,
it.
they say-
I was like, I've heard of those cases.
And a succubus, I think, is the one that holds you down.
Right.
No, an incubus
Incubus.
is either
A male. I
the
think.
male,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and the
that's what it
succubus is a female,
Yeah.
and there's sex-driven spirits.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's known through history that happens, man.
It's crazy.
Even like if I'm around my sister and I mention the band Incubus, she don't like that. Nope, because
I never
that
even
name.
thought that before. That's funny.
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy, but that band is
All I can think
amazing.
Is that the song One Wheel?
Yeah, yeah, but Incubus is badass,
Oh,
man.
God, it's a whole
They're
different
such a
song,
fucking.
isn't it?
They're like a Southern California freaking alternative rock band.
Yeah.
They kick so much ass. They just do. I see how random we are. That's why we're the
yeah.
random task.
Oh my god.
Because we're always random and never on task. But you know,
What
today
about
we're on
what about
task.
that time with the picture, the cross that you took off the wall.
Oh, dude, yeah, tell it.
So we had this picture of a cross, and we hung it up on our wall. And I
Okay.
think we took it down one night.
Oh,
it
yeah.
was on the wall before we even moved into the room.
Yeah, but we
Whoa.
took it down because I just didn't want it there. You know, we're gonna hang out pictures and stuff,
Sure.
and make it look like a
Posters and whatnot.
Right.
Yeah.
And we go to bed, and it's like really late at night. I don't know the time.
Didn't you say it was like 2, 3 in the morning?
Maybe.
Okay.
It was close around that, but I'm looking because I wake up and I see this like shadowy figure look around the corner
Whoa.
of like the bunk bed, and he's staring at me, and he's like white eyes,
Whoa.
and it looks like a dim light from far away,
Okay.
and you can just see his eyes, and he's looking at you,
Mhm.
and I'm like, whoa, and you can see him just like vanish right behind the bunk bed.
Wow. Wow.
We also saw an orb go under my bed.
It was.
Yeah.
Wow.
It
Oh my
was
God.
like a week later. I was looking at him like I'm just watching like a movie. I was watching Netflix, and all of a sudden I'm like, Ben, because I thought it was around the corner, and I see this orb. It literally
I think we
like
both
popped
saw
out,
it.
Wow.
came up to my bed, and I look over. I'm like, what? And then it shoots under his bed, and then like another week later, I didn't believe Ben seeing the dude around the corner. and Ben's just midway through a sentence, and I see him just pop his head around the corner
Oh my gosh.
and just look at me and smile, and I go,
Whoa.
He smiled?
huh?
Like,
And I'm
he
like,
smiled
Wow.
at you.
Yeah.
Oh my
And I
god,
go,
that'd be
"We-
crazy.
yeah."
if
I go, we need to get out of here. We need to put that cross back on the wall.
Wow.
Oh, we hung the cross back up.
Yeah.
And when we would wake up in the morning, it would be like laying on like the because it would put it right above the top bunk.
Yeah.
Sometimes it would be laying on
Oh
the
my
bunk,
God.
or it'd be like across the room.
Dang, dude.
It's
found
dropped like 3 times while we were
And
sleeping.
that's like some demonic.
That's
That
intimidation
doesn't
right
want,
there,
like-
tactic.
And when
You
it
don't
dropped-
want
Price
that
on the
up.
wall.
when
yeah.
it dropped, it flipped upside down.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
my
like
God, dude.
something demonic, sort of.
Yeah, it was the alleged dude that was living in
Yeah.
the house with y'all.
They don't.
Yeah.
Like,
And the spirit, dude, I'm telling you what, he
Well,
brought
this
the
was-
bad
this was at
energy.
Nan's.
Yeah.
This is at Nan's.
This was at Nan's
This
house?
was at Nan's,
Yes.
yeah.
where?
That was, like,
This wasn't at the trailer. This was at Nan's.
Whoa.
When they like first moved back in.
Oh, okay.
and
Wow.
then, like,
That's
a
still-
couple months after that,
Yeah.
I was sleeping, and I wake up, and my back was burning. Like, it felt
Oh,
like pipes,
yeah.
like,
Yeah,
were
yeah.
heated up, red hot, and just went down my back, and it was
Yeah.
like 3 of them. So I told our aunt
Did you check?
to look at my
Yeah.
back,
Ugh.
and it was 3 scratch marks.
Jesus,
Fucking
man.
My
Trinity.
right shoulder
Yep.
all the way down to the back of my
It's
back.
definitely
Dude.
demonic.
Something is harboring a
Yeah.
spirit with it.
Yeah.
There is, because that ever since I've been at the house, nothing has
Yeah.
happened. Nothing. Like, the only thing that did happen, and it would freak me out, was the lava lamp story.
Yeah.
I told you
Yeah.
guys about that, when it moved like 6 feet and was upside down between the wall and the dresser. Dude, I never heard a thing. Like, you would hear it fall. It was like thick glass.
Oh yeah.
Well, I went in the room and I saw that, and it scared me so bad. I was like, I don't know who's here or what's here. I said, I don't mind you being here, but don't do stuff like that.
Don't mess with my stuff.
Don't mess with, no, not that. It's just like, my parents need me, and the last thing they need right now is their son dead from a heart attack.
Yeah.
And nothing ever happened after that. And that was 4 years ago.
And before that, you've seen stuff though. Like you saw
At the house?
The lady in the polka dot dress, wasn't that you?
That was
saw
Papa.
No, that was Papa. That
Oh,
wasn't
wow,
me.
what?
He was
Is
sitting
that
at the
a
end of
lady?
his bed.
Yeah.
That
Oh
was
my
you.
god.
That was, I bet you that was one of his relatives. And my mom
Wasn't that
even
one of
said it.
Nan's relatives?
Yes,
Like,
it was,
like her aunt. Or
it was an
something?
aunt. Yes, that's it.
What?
Yeah,
Sometimes
yeah.
Always would
Oh
wear
my
that
God.
polka dotted dress.
Yep, that's it.
Oh my.
Yep, you got it, man. You
That's
know,
crazy.
yeah.
Well, didn't you see it
It's
down
true.
the hallway or something?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I seen it down the
You
hallway.
saw the same
And
lady.
Anna saw the same thing.
Wow.
Anna did too.
And then when
Oh,
I got
wow.
grabbed at the trailer park,
Mm-hmm.
it was,
Oh, when was this?
this was before you seen that dude at the trailer park.
Okay.
I,
Man,
Sean,
they're loaded with stories.
Yeah.
You said it
Sean
was
was
one.
playing games. He had his headphones on, and Ben was watching his tablet, and I was trying to watch a movie on my tablet. And I turned around, and I thought, we're all just messing with each other. And
Oh,
Sean,
yeah.
I thought Sean grabbed me
Mm-hmm.
right by the pressure point by your neck and just squeezed as hard as he could. So I go, all right, Sean, quit. And as I go and grab his hand, there's nothing there. So I turn around, and Sean has his headphones on, talking to his friends, and I'm like, all right, that wasn't
Whoa.
Sean. Ben, I tried calling Sean and Ben's name, none of them
Wow.
answered, and I go,
Oh shit.
and then I had to yell
Yeah.
at them to get them to answer, and then I was like, all right, something's up.
Yeah.
But when I
Wow.
grabbed
Oh
back
my
like that, it
God.
was so cold. I was just like,
Wow. What a trip. You know, and
Yeah, no kidding.
like, I've never, like, at my mom and dad's house, I've never seen a thing, like, ever there. Like, I've always felt nothing but, like, positiveness there. But anyone who's ever been around that's had something going on, it's like something happens then.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. And it's just, it's scary. Because when I'm there, my mom's there, my dad's there, Aggie's there, and you guys are there, it's quiet. Mega quiet. Like, there's no weird vibes, no nothing, I mean, and what you guys have seen, I'm not disregarding, because I know you saw it. You guys don't have a reason to
So-
lie about anything.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
All that
there's
stuff
had
was
to have...
happening, and then you come in and it stops.
And it stopped.
Maybe you're like the piece the house needed in a weird way.
Yeah. What do you
Well,
got?
it is kind of
Yeah,
weird.
see that.
all right,
I
so
just remembered this time we were out having a fire, just where the normal fire pit is.
Yeah.
where we
Oh,
were
out
now.
by the
Out
garage.
by this
Yeah.
place, yeah.
Yep.
by the garage.
Then Mom leave.
Mom wasn't even there that
Yeah,
night.
she was gone.
Okay.
Like, she was gone all day.
She
And
left,
She didn't
like-
even come back that night.
yeah.
She was gone early in the morning. I don't remember
Who knows?
what she was doing.
Right.
And we're sitting around the fire just talking, hanging out, and it's like dark out. Like, it's probably maybe like 10, 11 at night.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's dark, and we can't see anything. And I hear Mom yell my name.
Oh wow.
We all
Like,
heard
we
it.
all heard it.
It sounded like
Like it sounded like she was like screaming for, like, not screaming, but like yelling, trying to get my attention.
Yeah,
like, where we're
Sean!
at.
Yeah.
Just like that. So, and it sounded like it was like out front of the house.
Okay.
So we go out there, and we all walk out there just casually, like looking for Mom.
Yeah.
We remember that she's not here.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
She's not there.
But you're
Wow.
hearing
Everybody's
her.
in the house.
Wow.
And we went in, Nan, we were asking Nan if she had called us in, or Aggie, or any of them.
Yeah.
Because they were all laying down. It was already that late.
That is wild, man.
There was nothing. We had no idea. Who
Wow.
That reminds me of the time when, this was actually after that happened. It was a couple days. Me and Will and Uncle Nick were in the kitchen. I don't know if you remember this.
Okay.
Aggie was watching a movie and Nan was there.
Mhm.
And we all three heard Nan's voice say, "Hey, Uncle Nick."
Yeah.
Remember
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
We're looking around and we're like, "Yeah, Nan." She's like, "What?" And she's like, "I think she's partially asleep."
Yeah.
She's like, "I didn't say anything," and Aggie didn't hear anything.
Yeah.
And I look out the front door and no one's there.
No
you know?
one. Yeah.
no, you remember the other one? I was, because you guys told me about it. I was outside. I was up at the house, the
Mhm.
trailer back there,
Yeah.
and I was doing something. But then I came in and you asked if I was, or you were calling me and asking me if I was inside. when
Yeah.
You heard something behind the couch.
Oh yeah. I did. It was
You
wild.
thought what? You thought it was me?
Yeah,
right?
I did. I really did. I thought it was him, but it wasn't. No. And little things like that don't bother me so much, but like if there was something like bad there,
Yeah.
I would make sure that there was nothing bad there. Like I'll go get the sage and we'll smudge the doorways and everything. No, seriously, that can work. Yeah, I've done that before in the house. And I'm
I
telling
just
you
picture
what,
you
it's
with like the sage beating the ghost with it during
no,
get out.
you
You
and your imagination. That is why we do this podcast.
You
But-
would beat a ghost down with it. Though.
No, what I do is I just go through the house and I just ask for peace, man. I have went through the whole house and smudged the house before. It smells like straight weed,
Yeah.
but it's sage.
I remember that. What was like
You be going.
Yep.
one time, I was sick when you were doing it.
Yeah,
Like, I just felt horrible, and you guys were doing it kind of like for that.
yeah,
And this day, I felt great.
yeah. It does that, man.
It's magic stuff.
It is. It's cool,
Wait,
and
what?
yeah, sage
Rewind.
is one of the
Sage.
four medicines that the Native
Got ya.
Americans
I was
use.
like, wait, what? Rewind.
Oh.
Like I missed that story.
No, seriously, like the four medicines that the Native Americans use, it's sage, sweetgrass, tobacco,
Gotcha.
and cedar. Those are the four things that are supposed to be like pretty much the healer of all.
They were smart people.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, they were.
Oh yeah, they knew. And
They
when they
knew a
would
lot
talk
more.
about, the spirit said, they did.
All the their ghost stories, their other myths and legends. Of
Yeah.
cryptids, and some of the serious stuff that I don't even want to talk about.
Right.
Talking about it just gives me chills.
Oh yeah, but like the good stuff they talk about, that's like the real deal, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they talk about the Great Spirit,
Yeah.
they're talking about God.
Yeah.
And these guys, they would get on like spiritual levels. Even ones out in the Southwest who would like do like the peyote trips.
Yeah.
Them guys were like, I mean, hey, and people can laugh and whatever about it, but that stuff, it makes you like more in tune with what's really going on. Like people who do DMT, ever heard of that stuff? It's your brain makes DMT, but people who get it and do it, it's like their soul goes to another dimension. But the funny part is like if you three did it, you don't see three different things. You all see
It's
the
like
same
it's
thing.
connecting our, like,
Oh, that would be
brain
cool.
waves.
Oh, yeah, I heard that
I've
they're-
heard,
Yeah.
a lot of other people talk on podcasts of them doing it and like,
Yep.
seeing crazy stuff. And
Yeah.
Other people that they're doing it with, the same.
The
thing.
same thing.
Same exact.
It's a
thing.
connection to a different dimension.
I've heard a lot of people talk about
Yeah.
aliens and stuff like that.
So and the thing of it is when people talk about that, they're adamant about it. They're like, "This is what I saw."
This is what I saw. It happened.
Yeah, and like folks who've done like LSD, they have like their acid trip and they see what they see in their mind, and I think that's kind of like a reflection on like who they are is what they see. You know what I mean? Like if you're happy, you see this, that. If you're sad, you see this. If you're bummed out and just have a shitty life, you're gonna have a bad trip.
Yeah.
But
I've heard of people who have like done DMT and like had stuff like that happen, and like something's going on in their life, and that's what the whole trip's about.
Yeah.
It makes them like realize, oh, this is a problem in my life. I need to fix it.
Yeah, and then they do, and their life changes.
Yeah, and their life's good again.
Oh, yeah. And life is a mindset, man. If you tell yourself, that you will be good, you will blah, blah. If you will it to the universe, it happens. And by the universe, Mom, I mean God. I'm just putting that there because, But anywho, there's stories, of the Native American. I won't mention names of these particular stories of the Native Americans, but you'll know what I'm talking about. The ones who look like other things that are not other things.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Change into animals.
That's it right there.
Yeah.
Them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Though. Yeah. That. And though that's wow.
Yeah, they say you shouldn't say its names because it can
just
come out.
Speaking about it can manifest them.
Yeah, and that's exactly why I don't.
Yeah.
You know what I
Because
mean?
we're these things must be real somehow.
Oh yeah.
Because
Oh yeah.
you can't. How do you just make that up?
Oh yeah, and there was there's a show that Aggie watches that I watch with her that has this medium on there named Chip, and this guy knows nothing of what happens when going into a house of sorts. Okay, and what they did was they did an experiment, and they made up somebody. And I think she may have elaborated on this in the last podcast, but since I'm already here, I'm just gonna go with it. But they came up with a legend of someone, and when this gentleman came in the house, that's what he picked up on because they manifested it
So
out of thin air.
out of thin air. Your mind is a powerful thing.
It sure
You
is,
can
man.
do a lot.
And that right there, just manifesting that is a poltergeist. Yeah, whether it be good or whatever, you have good intentions or a story, that's that. And then after that, you have to get rid of that because it'll pick up on other energies and become bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just not cool. But that's why, whenever I'm around you guys or at home, I always try to speak positively because that's all I want in your guys' lives is positivity because bad things can manifest into worse things. And you don't want that, I've been in some bad situations in my life, and the only thing I could ever want to do is help you guys not end up in a bad situation. If I can say, hey, this is what I learned, don't do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's why, whenever we're at the house, and Aggie can go ahead and watch her shows, whatever, but I ain't going to talk about it because that's putting that energy out there.
Yeah.
Ain't no way I'm doing that. I mean, it is cool, though, when they talk about this, that, oh, you ever heard of this? Oh, yeah, of course, because that has to do with there. Yeah. But at our house,
we don't want that there.
No, we don't want that there. No, we do not want that there. We want peace in our house. We've already been through enough.
Yes.
We don't need no more. So, anywho, the stories you guys have, man.
Yeah, I was blown away.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I really would like them to come and tell these because this is the real deal. These kids don't lie about nothing.
A lot of them. It's like, wow.
Yeah.
Up at the trailer, there's one more. I think it was.
Yeah.
I keep thinking of more
No,
stuff.
it just
I love
keeps
it.
coming
No,
to
keep
'em.
going. I'm like,
Yeah,
keep going. Don't stop.
There's a lot of them. So, mom and her boyfriend were sleeping,
Mhm.
and the boyfriend had a kid, I guess.
Okay.
So,
Oh, okay.
they were playing. Will was playing, and we're playing. Everyone was playing.
Mhm.
And I look over and I see the door open because I heard it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, that's weird. And I look over and I see someone, shadow standing there. And I'm like, whoa. Guy, I was telling him, be quiet. Shut up. I was just yelling at them. And I'm like,
Quiet down. I can't hear the ghost.
and
I'm trying to watch TV, damn it.
I'm like, yeah, I was just trying to tell him, be quiet, because I'm trying to see what this is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because if it is someone trying to break into the house,
Oh,
I'm gonna
gotcha.
try
Yeah.
to get them.
Sure.
But they wouldn't shut up. And this is the thing. The thing ran
Story of
off.
my life.
It ran off, and the door was still open.
Mm-hmm.
So I go look, and there's nothing there. I look around the porch, the shed, and there's just nothing there.
Wow. My God,
Wow,
man.
that's creepy.
That is. You know what? I never thought that, particular things like that were almost, localized.
Yeah.
It followed someone.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned earlier, I think there's some bad things following that dude.
Oh yeah.
I really
yeah.
do, man. He's phony
Funny
as
one, I
hell.
remember it was a long, long time ago. When we all shared the same room.
Oh
You
god.
slept on that SpongeBob bed. I mean,
Oh, that's funny.
that was
yes.
funny.
That
That was
was a good
funny.
one.
But do you guys remember that time Mom came in and
That
the
house.
toilet flushed?
Whoa!
No.
That's
Yeah.
I
awesome.
remember, you were little, I think.
I remember that. That
No,
was-
but-
The
yeah.
toilet randomly flushed.
You
We
gotta
thought
go, you
Mom
gotta
was
go.
in the bathroom, and
Right.
Mom came out. She came walking through the house like, did one of you guys use the bathroom? I'm like, no, we've been chilling in here.
Yeah.
And she was so confused, and we were confused, and we were really low, so we didn't even think about it. But,
Wasn't
like,
that the house with the
that was
bedroom?
that was the trailer.
That was
Oh,
true.
up behind our
That was
house?
behind that,
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
The toilet just randomly
Oh yeah,
flushed.
Wow.
Oh yeah, the.
Yeah, because
I
Mom
don't
was like,
remember that.
If that was anybody, that was
I
my
was gonna say,
grandpa,
that
man.
was
He would
probably
do
the same.
something like that.
he was going to the bathroom.
He
probably.
was, man. He would do something like that, you know? My
thought you
old,
were
he
talking
was,
about-
he
The
would never
prankster?
intentionally scare anybody,
No.
but he would let you know that
He
he's
was
close
there.
by.
Hey man, yeah. I was
Yeah.
using the bathroom real quick.
Oh yeah, dude,
the
like that.
other
Ever,
house.
now,
We
I've said
had
it
our
before.
Mom's bedroom.
Yeah.
Our bedroom, and then it went
Oh.
with the closet. That's
yeah,
what I
that
thought
was
you were talking
when
about.
we lived like closer to the school in Eau Claire. 'Cause we were,
Oh,
do you remember when we moved there? We were like out and around the corner.
Yes.
Pretty much.
That
And,
house
like
was.
we didn't live there very long.
No, we didn't.
Um,
That's because it was Mom had somebody. She opened the door to the basement, and she could hear somebody running up the steps.
holy shit!
Yeah.
So she shut the door, and that's the day she said we're out.
Yep, I
Grabbed the
remember
stuff and she
that.
left.
And yeah, I remember
I
that.
barely remember that house for some reason.
I remember
I
that house,
remember-
but
I remember
every
walking
memory.
through
was horrible.
before,
I remember.
like before we moved our stuff in, and everything after that I can't remember.
Weird.
I don't
was
even remember
sketchy
moving
in the
out.
house.
Oh wow, then something was affecting you.
I
That
remember
is so weird.
It's really like weird. All I remember that house was like we would have the screen door and it was glass, and I would look into it and it was like you can see behind you and stuff.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
all,
with
like,
reflection.
weird. I don't know. I think I saw someone behind me, but I don't know.
Wow.
I was really, really small.
But you might have.
I can't remember the house too much.
That's okay, but if you remember
Because
that
like,
particular
honestly,
detail,
the only thing
then
I
it
can
must
remember
have, you
was,
know.
like,
Right, yeah.
her boyfriend at the time had like a little gaming console, and we played like the original Mario game on it.
Yeah.
No, but that in between
But
closet
everything
there.
after that, like I don't remember any of it.
I hate
Wow, what a
I
trip.
can remember
remember
the
one thing
closet,
about
and like we didn't like the closet.
Yeah,
like
I
something,
because-
something,
Wow.
about, something about the energy in the closet we did not like.
because she had
Ooh.
some.
I don't know if it was because there was no lights in there or something,
Yeah.
but
Wow.
it was like
Something told you don't go
the
there.
closet was like it connected our room to our mom's room.
Okay.
But, I mean, you could go through a different way, but the closet was like it was.
It was a walk-in
weird. It was
closet,
weird,
yeah.
yeah. But well, connected to both rooms,
It's okay.
and like, I remember hanging up clothes in there, and just being in there, and it just the energy felt off,
Oh wow.
like almost as if the doors were gonna try and.
We're
shut on
gonna
me.
try
Oh,
to shut
wow.
on you, yeah.
That'd be crazy.
It was weird.
Yeah.
Every time you walked in it, that's all you
It's
felt.
like it felt cold.
You remember
Yeah.
the plants she had up there? I don't know if you remember that. Those plants. We walk in and they all got knocked over to the other side of the room.
Holy
They fell on the floor.
shit.
Wow.
And then every time she'd put something on that shelf, it would never stay up there. It would always come off.
Damn, dude.
I just don't have.
And it was like
Wow.
really up there, so you had to like, it was like finger, like you could barely grab that.
Wow.
You stand on a chair to get it.
You know, this is wild. I figured we'd have, like, you guys have impressed
I
the
know.
shit out of me,
I
man.
was like,
This
we need to
is
have
like
them more often.
gold.
This is amazing.
Yeah. And, you know, and this is going online, so your guys' story is going to be
Yeah.
out there, you know. And I tell you what, this is cool. Like, and then you started, and then it went you to you to you, and then you guys
Then you all just, like- I
at
was like,
once as
you
a
all just got comfortable,
collective
like, really fast.
started
It's like-
remembering all of
I
these
know. It's like
instances.
it's amazing.
And it's like I see the energy in each of you when all
Mm-hmm.
of a sudden you're like, oh, or like even,
Yeah, you can see it at the same
or even
time.
William, he was just like, do you remember this? He's like, dude,
Yeah.
yeah, and I just see it in you guys' eyes. It's so wild, man, because
Pretty cool.
I didn't know so much of that happened to you guys.
Yeah.
Like,
That's a lot.
yeah, like I've never ever in my life had experiences like you guys have had ever.
And it's mostly those two.
You
Like,
downplayed
I've had
it.
some-
No, the only thing that happened to
Just
me
kidding.
is I dreamed about my
That's
grandfather
amazing,
for an
though.
entire year after he died. And at the end of the dream, he always said, you know, I have to go. And that's how I knew he was visiting me in my dreams. And the day I told him to go was the last time I ever dreamed about him. Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's sad because I hugged him in my dream. I could smell him, like he was there. I could feel it, you know. Like, and that dream was so wild because every dream I had, I would dream about him and he was there. And at the end of the dream, before I'd wake up, he'd say, "Nick, you know I have to go," and I would say, "Not yet, please, not yet. I love you, please."
He was visiting you while
He was.
And it was
Because he knew I would be able to see him that way. Yep. And then the very last dream I had, I dreamed that my dad and I were out in the garage watching the thunderstorms roll through, you know, like we'd always do. And then all of a sudden this red car pulls up and it's a convertible with my grandfather in it. And he had his hair combed back and he had his beard and he had like this white thing on, right? And he goes to drive through this big puddle. This puddle is deep. I was like, "You don't go through that. You're like, you'll sink the car." And he's like, "Oh, I've got this." And he drove through it and made it. And then I went up to him, and I know it was weird. It's a weird element to the dream, you know. But I went up to him, and I hugged him, and as soon as I did, I could smell him.
That's crazy.
And I started crying, and then he did. And I told him I loved him, and he said he loved me, and then he told me, "You know I have to go," and I told him to go, and that was it. That was it. I was being selfish. I didn't want my grandpa to go because he was with me for so long in my life that, like, that was the last. I felt like at that time that was the last good thing I ever had in my life. Was him. Oh yeah. Oh, and he still is, you know.
Yeah.
He's probably like looking at me, like, you know, doing the whole head shake thing, you know. But the thing of it is that man loved, and that's all he knew was love. You know, and he was such a good man, you know. And he was old stubborn German dude.
Yeah.
But he was great, man.
At least he was rolling in style, though.
Oh, my grandpa was cool, man. You know what? It's like, in the way he was dressed in that dream, it's like he was an angel. It was so neat, you know what I mean? But, like, I'll dream about him. I think I've dreamed about him, like, 5 times since then. But that's it. Other than that, I haven't. But, you know, then when Sean told me that old Pa said everything's cool, I knew. Then and there, everything's cool. But I think I dreamed about him then, too. It was just the most wild thing, man. And, you know, I realized that after that when I told him to go and it stopped, that he actually did visit me. So I believe that, man. Energy never dies. It only displaced. And it's so neat because, you know, yeah. It is just a powerful moment. Anyways, you know, but yeah, the experiences you guys have had, man.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, it is. Like, I couldn't.
I mean, scary for you
Dude,
guys.
yeah, it is, you know. But these boys, they're tough, man. I mean, they've been through a lot. But these kids, they'll look it straight in the eye and be like, "What?" You know?
Right.
Nowadays, they don't give a shit. They're like, you know, and I've helped them with, like, saying, you know, if this is the encounter, this is what you do, you know. But these children have been through experiences that I couldn't even imagine being in. I'd be like, "Mom, you'll never believe what I saw." And she'd be like, well, it's just your imagination. When it wasn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did you ever tell your mom about any of this? Like when it happened, or I'm just
At
curious.
the trailer park we did, she would.
Did she not believe?
He
you?
just,
We didn't.
some of
Or
it she
at
would
the
brush
trailer.
off.
Right.
Other
Hard
of
to,
it
like,
because
shake
she's
it off.
seen some of it.
Yeah, I think,
Oh,
once
got
she,
ya.
I think once she saw what we were seeing, she started believing
Started to
us.
believe.
Yep.
Yeah.
But before that, I think she just kind of dismissed it.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
You know, and the weird part about it all is, like, where you guys went, you had an experience.
Yeah.
It's almost like
Oh,
it
follows
followed.
you. Yeah, I never even
Yeah,
catch
like
that.
a
Yeah.
Us or someone.
And I don't.
Right.
And,
follows mom.
right, and I was gonna say, I don't
Oh,
want
maybe.
to.
Mom at,
Yeah.
that's what happens.
You know, and that's you know, yeah, because you haven't really had any of those experiences at our house, unless she's like when you got scratched.
Yeah.
Was she there?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Okay, but who's to say the energy didn't
No,
hang out?
No, she wasn't.
She wasn't. Okay, but man, just like
But yeah, if it followed each house, though, that'd be kind of.
yeah, but like
Wow.
everywhere they were,
That's crazy.
they had an experience.
Yeah.
You know,
I
and
know,
it's
that's
like
unheard of.
Because
Yeah.
actually.
even when she was
I
gone
think
in
we
the
had to stop
trailer,
somewhere.
at the trailer park, you would hear constant knocking all the way around the trailer.
Oh,
Dang.
Like you would hear,
Wow.
it would start from the back room, it would go around, and then it would stop for like an hour or two, and you would constantly hear it on the door, and it wouldn't stop all night until, like, you walk past the window. It's like somebody seen you go past the window, so it immediately stopped.
oh my god.
You would hear like music. One time we heard "Ring Around the Rosie."
Oh my god.
Whoa.
What?
Dude, that was so.
Oh my god, that would freak
It
me
was
out.
like 3 in the morning, 4 in the
Oh,
morning,
no.
and all of a sudden I go,
Hey, screw that.
bro,
Yeah.
I'm like,
House
I'm getting
down.
the knife. I'm ready to
Mm-hmm.
kill somebody.
Hell
They're
yeah.
up there, I'm like,
Nah.
I'm getting my rest.
Dude, yeah,
Ring around
that's
the Rosie, that's crazy.
that's wild because that has to do with the Black Death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the plague, man. Where like what was it? 1/3 of the world's population died. from a bacteria that was caused by rats and fleas. Man, I tell you what, I can't imagine in those areas how much of that stuff's haunted.
Yeah.
You know, there's a island in Italy, and you guys have probably heard of it.
The bodies.
Yes.
Where they just burnt the
Yeah.
bodies.
Yeah.
Yes. Dude, I heard that place is a paranormal, like, feeding ground.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's like a collective. They're all there.
Yeah.
Everyone who was ever there is still there.
Oh,
Yeah, what a trip, man. And think about all the other places in Europe because that's like the old. Oh, yeah. You know, you have like the continents of the world and this, that, but
God, the Tower
like,
of London.
oh yeah,
Jesus.
and think about it, like England and the United Kingdom, you've got Ireland, Italy, France, you got Sweden, you've got Norway, you've got Germany, Austria, you got the Soviet Union. Sorry, it's Russia, but I'm old school. It's Soviet Union. Yeah, it is, yeah. Yugoslavia, all those places where either a war took place or I am old. I don't care. Hey, it's a privilege to get old. But and then you have all those places, and then like most of the world's history happened there.
Yeah.
And then you have all them stories.
History, at least.
Yes, and you have like what. You ever heard of like the 7 wonders of the world where they had the Gardens of Babylon?
Yeah.
Man, that shit there is like I would have loved to have seen that. All that's left of that is the wall at the bottom. The rest of it that should have been there is not there. Or like the lighthouse of Alexandria. Oh man, I would like to go there and see what's there. You know, or where there's a temple that they had. I know that was it the statue of Zeus that was in Olympia.
Yeah.
Man, I would just imagine like any of the Greek folks who died around there that are still there, that still think it's that time, because a lot of spirits do.
They do.
It's like they're frozen in time.
They are.
Some are, but a lot of them are not. Like some are aware that I'm dead, and this is 2023.
Yeah.
It's so just wow. Or even in like Jerusalem or Israel or places like that, or like even Egypt. Think about doing like paranormal investigations there, and like
Where there were these massive battles of hundreds of thousands of people killing each other.
Yes. And like, what if some weird pharaoh came over the thing and communicated with you, who was of a historical significance, or like you were in Greece and like Socrates, like all of a sudden started mumbling these words and you decipher it, and it ends up being like a passage from something he wrote.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
And you can say, look, man, you guys learned about it. I chatted with him.
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like there's a very thin layer between us and the spirit world. And believe it or not, it's getting thinner. And it shouldn't be. There's got to be a line. And as many people doing as paranormal investigations, each time it happens, that layer gets thinner. You know what I mean? And it's just like, wow. At the same time, though, it's neat because you can take these SLS cameras and capture the physical form of these in like stick figures, but it's like was it on Ghost Adventures? They had one where they were at this prison and there was a stage, and they used to have these prison performers who played music, and that's what they did.
Yeah.
And they go in there and they go to sit down, and all of a sudden they appear on there, and it's like they're playing instruments.
That's creepy.
Yeah, and then they saw it on the thing, and then they clapped for him, and all of them bowed.
Wow.
Yeah, and then one of the guys waved at him, and one of them waved back.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and then poop, gone. Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm telling you what, there is a layer. But the thing of it is, it's like you have to open your mind to it. And when you're a child, like you guys were then, your mind was like tapped wide open. But the older you get, the more desensitized you get due to your surroundings, then you forget.
Yeah.
The thing is, don't ever forget that that's what you saw, and you know this, and if nobody believes you, that's fine. Because you saw that.
These things
And it
exist.
did happen.
And it did happen, and I believe you.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Because it happened, and people are starting to open up to that now. Isn't it wild?
Yeah.
So don't ever think you're crazy. You're not. That if you saw it for yourself and you were there, and all three of you saw it, even if one of you saw it, and someone had a similar experience, then it happened. Yeah, trippy, isn't it? Yeah,
It's pretty cool.
it is. I appreciate you guys coming and telling your stories, man. Really, I do. That is, it's really cool. You all right over there?
Yeah.
What are you guys thinking?
I was just remembering.
like,
Yeah.
Will was just camping outside,
Yeah.
and the tent was wet, so he didn't want to sleep in the tent.
Yeah.
So he was just sleeping out there in the wide open.
I just don't care. I'll sleep in the woods.
And-
I'll walk out of the woods and just take a
He
nap.
does too, man. He's such a woodsman.
Oh god.
He's
No.
just sitting there and he hears noises behind him and he's looking around.
Yeah.
This giant spotlight. This thing's bright. And he's looking around, he doesn't see anything. So he starts walking back because he's like, something's, around me.
Yeah.
So he's walking through the woods and he looks back into the field and he sees these two eyes.
Whoa.
And they just lower themselves. And there's the bobcats
Oh,
and
yeah,
the
yeah.
mountain lions that were spotted around our area.
Yeah.
So it could have been that.
Of course.
But he's walking through the woods and he makes it home finally. And he's like, I asked him, was it quiet
Oh.
out there?
Yeah.
I remember that.
And I opened the door and it's pure quiet, no crickets, no, nothing's
It was-
making noise.
Yeah, dead
Yeah,
silent.
because I
And
was.
it's eerie
That
out
means
there,
there
no
was,
frogs,
an
and
ultimate apex predator out
it
there.
was,
was-
like that for
what
2
was it?
nights in a row.
Wow.
It was about, I'd say, like waist high almost. I was coon hunting, and then I was out there, and then I go, you know what? I was out there for a while. I'm like, it is dead silent.
Too quiet.
Too scary.
And then I go,
Like something's watching.
you know what? I'm gonna go coyote
Oh,
hunt.
that's eerie.
It
Because,
is.
coon the coyotes. And then I go
There's too many.
out there, and there was, I played my coyote call. You heard people playing fireworks, doing fireworks, and then it got dropped. Dead silent.
Wow.
Like, I was out there 2-3 more hours, and I'm like, there's not even a cricket, a fly going
That
by
would
me.
be weird.
And so I walk out into the field, and I hit the spotlight, make sure everything's fine, and then I see it pop out the corner, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm getting out of the field because the grass was about as tall as me. So I get out the
See it
field,
over the grass.
and I tried to sit on the corner to call it out, try to shoot it. And I'm
Wow.
like,
Wait, so the grass was about as tall as you?
Yeah.
You could see the eyes over the grass.
well, yeah, some of it was iffy in different spots.
So, like,
Yeah, sure.
So I look at it, and I see it by the corner. It looks right at me.
Wow.
this
Sits
thing's
there
at
and
least
just
over
looks
6
at
foot
me,
tall.
and I still have it in my,
That's
I still have the
trippy, man.
light shine directly in its eyes.
Wow.
Something 6 foot tall at least.
Wow.
Glowing eyes. Humans' eyes don't glow like that.
Wow.
And I'm just like, So I
Yeah.
pop out the field to see if I can get out to shoot it. Just because I'm crazy like that.
Well, of course you are.
You know what? You're
Shoot
coming
first,
after
ask
me.
questions
Wasn't a
later.
bear.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
Shoot it. Ask questions later.
Yeah, that's what you do, man.
What you do is you shoot it. Ask if go see if you can eat it. If not,
Oh, Lord.
Don't you say
This
nothing.
is not the
I was
hills
gonna say,
have
don't
eyes.
You say nothing.
no. But
You shouldn't
I
have done
didn't-
that.
I
man.
know. It's like shut the fuck up. Anyway.
well,
Oh, you guys.
never came out, so I went back home.
Yeah.
I told you guys.
Yeah. That's so wild, man. You know,
Any
and
pictures? What the hell?
no, they haven't. But I will say this, that, and I'll end our podcast on this note, that with the whole, making a legend and a story and things and whatnot, when people talked about the black, really tall guy that kids would talk about, did you know 2 teenage girls took one of their friends out there and slaughtered the girl in the name of that thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that was manifested.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I ain't saying the name, but you know what I'm talking
I know what you're
about.
talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people are like, how can something just be like that? Because they manifested it from nothing,
Yeah.
and now it's something.
If enough people believe in something, it's real.
Exactly. Because there's people now who are full-blown adults who believe they've saw it.
Yeah.
Well, then they did, because it's been manifested, and now it's out there, and it's freaky.
Yeah.
So, do yourselves a favor, people. Do not ever manifest something stupid like that. People want things, they got hopes, dreams, this, that. Do not manifest ghosts.
Right.
Do not use a Ouija
I was
board.
gonna
That's
say,
the most
you guys never
retarded
messed
thing
with a
I've
Ouija board,
ever
did you?
heard. I used one time. All right, I'll end on this story. Once upon a time, me and 2 of my friends played with a Ouija board, and we were camping out by his house there in Riverside by Pier Road. Those are train tracks were about 100 yards away. Dead silent. Okay, and we're playing with this Ouija board, talking to it, and asked if there was somebody there, and it said yes, and it told us its name, and then we asked it, will there be a train coming soon, just to see if maybe, and it went to yes, and 2 seconds later we hear, and we're like, oh my god, there was a train on the tracks that was there, started up, turned the light on, and took the fuck off.
That's awesome.
Yeah, to this day, and then the next day we woke up, we all had nosebleeds.
Yeah,
What?
I think you told
Yeah.
me that.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
dude, don't play with Ouija boards,
No,
kids.
ever. Never, never. Never.
That is
ever,
not a
ever.
toy.
No.
That is an instrument of evil.
Yeah.
Do not do it. No. Even if somebody has one in their car and they come on my property, you cannot come back until that thing's gone. I do not want it
There's,
there.
like, no way to get rid of them.
Yeah, oh yeah, I know what's there.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah.
there isn't either.
That sounds like
And I know what
Isn't it like if you break them, it just gets worse?
it does.
Yeah, it
Oh
does.
yeah. Oh, it releases it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might as well have opened the door and said, "Come right in and fuck everything up." You know what I mean? Because I mean that's what happens.
Right.
It's
It
really
sure
messed
does.
up. But that's all the time we got,
Woo-hoo.
boys. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. That was very
That was
cool.
amazing. I mean, I had no idea you
I
guys
didn't
had
either.
that going on. You know, and as your
That's a
uncle,
lot.
man, I tell you what, that's deep. It really is. I know. Don't do it. Everybody knows what you're gonna say, so just don't say it because
Just say it.
there we go. I added a laugh
I'm a
thing
bad
to it.
influence.
All right. So from us, thank you very much. We'll be
Yeah,
back
thank
Thursday,
you for being
and
part of it today.
we're gonna talk about the mafia and
Yes.
forget about it and Godfathers and all that kind of thing. You know, so tune in. You can learn about Henry Hill and Goodfellas and all that good stuff. You know what I mean?
I know we're gonna talk
And
about who made
Cadillacs
'em, the
and
spirits.
Fleetwood Browns and forget about it, you know, and Donnie Brasco. So, all right, from the Random Task, we're out of here. We'll be back Thursday. Have a good day.
Bye.
Later. Want to say bye, guys? Just yell it like, "Hey!"